Hey everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of From Sourced to Sold. This video series on my channel goes a step beyond a typical haul video where I don't just show you the item that I've sourced for resale, but I actually tell you what they sold for and what my actual profits were in real time. If you are new to my channel, I primarily sell on Facebook. That is where everything I'm talking about today is being sold, not Facebook Marketplace, but rather a business Facebook page. I have customers on that page that do local pickups as well as I do ship items. So basically what happens is I post items for sale on the page and they get claimed in the comment section. Now, the number of items that I post every single week is predetermined by the number of items that I've sourced the week before. So last week I was able to source roughly 75 items. So that means that this week I have roughly 13 items going live every single day. I always list new items Sunday through Friday, and then Saturday is markdown day. So everything that I'm talking about today, I will have listed at my first initial asking price for 3 days. And if it doesn't sell at that first price, I will then price drop it on Saturday to see if I can get it to sell. So my goal for today is everything I'm about ready to show you to be claimed, sold, and paid for within 6 days. So let's check out what items I have going live today. This is a grooming brush that attaches to a vacuum cleaner. These are always really well performing on my page. I've never sold this brand in particular, this Pet Groom Vac Groom grooming tool. This was roughly $30 on Amazon. I'm going to try to sell it on my page for $13. The next item I have going live is in this white box. You can't see, so I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. It is a 4-pack of Pathway Christmas trees, and they light up. They're really, really pretty. Even when they're not lit up, they look really nice. This 4-pack is roughly $39 to $40 on Amazon. That's about $10 per tree. I have the 4-pack going live on my page for $17. The next thing I have going live, it's kind of hard to see in this box, but it is a brand new DIY friendship bracelet making set. There are so many bits and bobs and oodles and caboodles and things to make bracelets and headbands and necklaces. It's got all the things. That kind of stuff always performs very, very well on my page. The Amazon price can really vary because there's so many different brands or so many different combinations of pieces, but sets like that usually range anywhere from $25 to $40 on Amazon, just depending. That one is a massive, massive set, so I have it set to go live for $15. This is something that I used to sell on my page all of the time, and then I just stopped seeing them. It's kind of like when you're dealing with liquidation, sometimes you can have a whole bunch of the same kind of thing come through all at once. Like when I was getting truckloads or pallets, we would just see the same things over and over and over and over again. And then suddenly it stops. They just cease to exist, it seems like. This was one of those things. I sold a lot of car vacuums. My customers really loved them. And I found another one. This one is roughly $35 to $40 on Amazon. I am going to try to sell it for $15. This is another really cool DIY thing. It is a cup turner set. It's not just the cup turner, it's got all the bits and bobs and things to go along with it. These cup turner kits can be all over the map. They get up to be, upwards of $40, $50. I have this set going live for $17 because it is open box. Now, none of it is used, but it's definitely not sealed. So I think that $17 for this kit is more than fair. The next item I have going live is a really good one. It's finally getting cold, so I am expecting to sell this heated queen size blanket. So this is a standard like beige heated throw blanket, but it is queen size and it is sealed inside the box. It's roughly $79 on Amazon, but I'm only gonna sell mine for $33. So this is something I have never sold anything like this on my Facebook page before, so I'm eager to see how it does. It's still in the box, so I'll put it up here on the screen. It is a really, really nice ring light that has a tablet holder attached to it. It's roughly $45 or $50 on Amazon, but I am only pricing that one at $17. Generally, I try to shoot for 50% of Amazon's price, but sometimes I will knock a little bit more off if I'm not exactly sure how the market is going to receive it. I don't know if there's a market for a ring light with my current buyer base, so we'll just see how it does. And with the $17 price tag, I'm more than happy with the profits I'll get from that. This is a massive 3 by 5 foot black and white strip striped rug. This is approximately $33 to $35 on Amazon. It is a return. It is out of packaging. So I have this listed to sell for $13. This right here, you probably can't see it very well, but it is a dark yellow 5-tier storage rolling cart. It was so hard to try to find online, to try to find like price comps, images, all of the things. I found some that were upwards of $100 on Amazon, and that had to just be like a private label whatever, like I don't believe you. So whenever that happens, whenever I feel like the prices on Amazon are just absolutely absurd and they can't possibly be real, I will tend to just pick a price that I am comfortable with, coupled with what I think my customers would be willing to pay. And for that reason, I have that yellow 5-tier rolling cart going live for $18. This is a really nice 3-piece set of baskets. So they're like this really nice wicker weave, but they're plastic. They're not actually wicker. It's a 3-piece set. It's roughly $35 on Amazon. I have it set to go live with the set for $15. This kind of stuff also does really well on my page. They are vacuum seal storage bags. The prices of these have come down a lot. Back in the day, a 20-piece set would have been like $40. Now it's only roughly $30. So I have this set to go live for $15 for a set of 20. That's a really good deal. Every time I've been finding these, they sell very, very quickly. So as soon as I saw this at the bin store, I snatched it up. It is a frozen meat slicer. These things are seriously priced all over the place. You can get expensive ones, you can get cheap ones. That one is kind of a mid-range one. And so I feel like I could probably get $15 for it. And then the last thing that I have going live is in this little box. It is a really, really cute wall-mounted floating shelf, and it's got this hanging bar with all of these hooks. So it can be used with like a coffee bar, it could be used in the kitchen, it could be used in the bathroom. It was just a really cool shelf overall. It's not terribly valuable, but I do think that $13 is a price that my customers would really like to have that for. And now that I am all done with that and ready to get to the numbers, I realized I never even told you guys what I paid for all of this. So now, as I've previously mentioned, the prices at my liquidation bin store that I always go sourcing at, those prices did go up. You guys have not seen those vlogs yet because all of my liquidation bin store vlogs are roughly 3 to 4 weeks behind because I film them and then I wait for the items to sell and then I edit and put all the clips in and do the voiceover. So if it takes me 2 weeks from sourcing to sold, it takes me another week or 2 on top of that to get the video out. So that's why you haven't seen any bin store vlogs with the price increases yet. And it's why you might have been confused at my bin store vlog that probably just recently posted and you're like, wait a minute, I thought your prices went up. It's because I'm 3 to 4 weeks behind schedule on getting those uploaded. All of these items I did choose to get on a Sunday, which means I paid $5 plus sales tax plus an additional 3% card fee. This particular week, I did not go on Monday because it was Veterans Day and Benjamin did not have school, and Mondays have just been super crazy at the bin store lately, and I did not want to drag him through all of that. So I opted to pay a little bit more and go on a Sunday, but I feel like that actually helped regarding my sale prices because if all of this merchandise sells at my first initial asking price, that will be a total revenue for today of $216. But I did have to pay more for this merchandise. So I had to pay $5 per item plus sales tax plus a 3% card fee. And there's 13 items here. So that makes my cost of goods roughly $74 if I just round it up. So $216 in revenue minus $74 in cost of goods. That leaves me with a total projected profit of $142 if everything sells today at my first initial asking price. Do I think everything is going to sell today at my first initial asking price? I sure hope so, but there's no guarantees. That's why I have Saturdays to mark things down if I need to, price adjust to move them. The goal is to have everything sell within 6 days. It doesn't necessarily have to be at the first asking price, although that is definitely what I shoot for, which is why I price things so competitively. But all of these are set to go live today. I will follow up with you guys in a week and let you know what sold, what didn't sell, and how much profit I actually made. I'll see you guys in about a week. And we're back. So again, these items performed very, very well. I didn't have as quick of claims as I did on the last video that I did, which was all of the items going live on election day. That was by far a record-breaking day for me, not in things like revenue, but in terms of speed and the amount of claims on items and how fast items were claimed. On election day, I didn't exactly know what to expect. I thought that, you know, maybe I wouldn't get a lot of traction because people were going to be preoccupied. Maybe people were going to be waiting in lines. People were going to be watching the news. You know, I didn't know what to expect. Now I'm having a feeling that the results of this day is strictly based off of the fact that we are so close to Christmas. I've actually had numerous customers sending me private messages asking about doing some personal shopping regarding things like Christmas gifts, because if you guys didn't know, that's another part of my Facebook business. So I sell on my Facebook page. I post items publicly on my page where people can claim. I do also do some personal shopping. So if there's a particular thing that people are looking out for, they will contact me regarding that. Like I have a really good customer, for instance, that his grandson is really into dinosaurs. So he has basically just like asked me anything I can find that's dinosaur related in a certain price range to just grab it for him, and he will buy it all in one lump. You know, I'm having numerous people that are seeing things on the page that they wanted to give as a gift, but unfortunately somebody else claimed it first. So they're sending me messages asking me to give them first dibs on another one that I might find. Fourth quarter is in full swing, and I know this because I had another 100% sell-through day. Now, again, the claims didn't come in as fast, and I did end up having one item that needed to be marked down, but still, they all sold in under 4 days. All right, so let's talk results. So on this day, I had 13 items that went live, and I always schedule them in advance. My items are always sent live between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But what I'm noticing more and more is that the Meta Business Suite scheduler is starting to, I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know if it times out, I don't exactly know what it is, but I actually had 2 items go live 2 minutes apart. So the item that was supposed to go live at 10 actually went live at 11:19, and then the item that was supposed to go live at 11 went live at 11:21. I can only speculate that maybe there was an outage on this particular day, and it took over an hour for that outage to clear up and my items to be posted. But I honestly got a little bit worried. I saw that the first item went live at 11:19, and I was concerned that one of my items didn't end up ever going live on the page. But I mean, when I shelf items, I always separate based off of what needs to be marked down, what has been claimed, and the shelf was completely empty, meaning everything got claimed. So I think it was just an error. So the first item to go live and sell was the Vac Groom Pet Grooming shedding vacuum attachment thing. It ended up going live at 11:19 for $13, and it was claimed at 12:24, so that means it sold in a little over an hour, 1 hour and 5 minutes to be exact. The next item to go live and sell was the 4-pack of Christmas solar trees. It went live for $17 for the set at 11:21, and it was claimed at 12:22, so that means it sold in 1 hour and 1 minute. Next item to go live and sell was the brand new friendship bracelet kit. So I had that set for $15 at 12 o'clock, and it was claimed at 12:02, so that means it sold in only 2 minutes. I'm telling you, I got some crafty customers on the page. Next item was the This Works car vacuum cleaner. I had it scheduled to go live at 12:30 for $15, and it was claimed at 1:30. So that means it took exactly 1 hour to sell for the $15 asking price. Next up was the cup turner and DIY tumbler making kit. I had that entire open box set going live for $17 at 1 o'clock, and it sold at 1:03. Again, sold in 3 minutes. I'm telling you, those crafty customers, man. I am always on the hunt for craft and DIY stuff because my customers love it. Next up was the Green Oak electric heated blanket. I was honestly surprised that this took as long to sell as it did. I thought that with the chill in the air that's happening now, like we have had some cold snaps already in Kansas. It's nothing unbearable yet, but boy, oh boy, the wind does bite you when you leave the house. Let me just say that. So it was brand new and sealed inside the box. I sent it live at 1:30 for $33, and it was claimed as sold at 9:47. So that means it took a little over 8 hours for it to sell. So far, that is the item that took the longest to sell, and honestly, I thought it was gonna sell the fastest, which just goes to show that everything is ever changing, and I'm not always right in these situations. I mean, it did sell. 8 hours is a pretty quick flip. I just figured that it would have sold faster for only $33 since it's like a $70 or an $80 blanket, and it's brand new and queen sized. So I don't know, maybe all my customers already have heated blankets. I don't know. Next up was that really cool ring light that had the tablet and phone holder that was attached. It was brand new in the box. I sent it live at 2 o'clock for $17 and it was claimed at $213. So I was wondering if any of my customers were even going to want this, and it sold in only 13 minutes. So every time something like this happens, I always think to myself, should I start grabbing things that I normally wouldn't pick up and just try to put it on the page? What do you think? What would you do if you were in this situation where you were sourcing for a customer base that you felt like you knew pretty well? Would you continue to get the same things over and over again that were always proven successful sells? Or would you start branching out and putting up a whole bunch of stuff that you don't really think your customers would want to see if you're surprised? Let me know. I'm starting to think I need to branch out a little bit, because every time I think something's not going to sell, it usually does. Next up was that deep yellow 5-tier rolling storage cart. It went live at 3 o'clock for $18 and it was claimed as sold at $453. So that means that it sold in just under 2 hours for the $18 asking price. Next up was the really cool waterproof wicker basket set. It was a set of 3 for $15 and it went live at 3:30 and it was claimed as sold at 3:42. So that means it sold in only 12 minutes. Then the 20-pack of vacuum storage bags went live at 4 o'clock for $15 and it was claimed at 6:15. So that means it took 2 hours and 15 minutes to sell for the $15 asking price. Next up was the frozen meat slicer. These things are so cool, and without fail, they always sell on the page. So whenever I find one, I always grab it. So this frozen meat slicer I had priced at $15 and it went live at 4:30. And there was actually 2 sold claims on it, but the winning sold claim came in at 5:02. So that means it sold in only 32 minutes for $15. And then the last item to go live and sell that day was the really neat floating shelf that had the, what is it called? A towel bar with some hooks. I thought that shelf was so cute. I asked $13 for it. It went live at 5 o'clock. And again, there was 2 sold claims on it, but the first one came in at 6:23. So that means it sold in only 1 hour and 23 minutes. Now that leaves one item that did not sell on the first day, and that was surprisingly, or I guess at this point it shouldn't be surprising because it was a rug, but it was an outdoor rug. It was a really big 3 foot by 5 foot black and white striped front door mat. So it's not one of those mats that like you wipe your feet on. It's like the decorative mat that goes underneath the mat that you might wipe your feet off before you walk into the house. It's purely decorative. I had sold one of these before and it sold right away. This one, however, did not. So I don't know if it's just the time of year, maybe the colors, I don't know. I figured that a black and white striped rug would look really great on somebody's porch with like Christmas decorations. I mean, think about it. White, black, red, green, it all goes together. But that one didn't sell. I had originally posted that for $13 and I ended up discounting it down on Saturday for $9, I'm pretty sure. Yes, $9. I discounted it down to $9 and it went live at 3:30 on Saturday for the discounted price. And it was claimed at 3:52. So that means it only took 22 minutes to sell for $9 as opposed to $13. So maybe it was a price point thing. I'm not quite sure. And that was it. Everything that day sold. So I came very, very close to the expected revenue of $216. If everything would have sold at the first initial asking price, it would have been $216 in revenue. But because there was one item I had to discount down $4, that put my total revenue on this day at $212. My cost of goods for all 13 items was, we're just gonna call it an even $74, which puts my total profit on this day as $138. And that is a 100% sell-through rate within 5 days. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please remember to hit that thumbs up before you leave. That is the fastest way to let me know that you like this kind of content so that I can continue to make it. If you ever want to see how exactly I'm selling these items in real time, remember to go down into the video description. I always have my Facebook page linked. It's usually the top link within that description box. So all you have to do is click it and it will take you straight to my business Facebook page so you could see what I am selling and how I am selling it. I do also ship items now, so if you happen to see anything that you're interested in, you can join in on the fun and just put sold in the comments. Please remember to subscribe if you have not already and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.